Hello and welcome back to the Pitchside Podcast channel. I'm your host HOD of the PSB. Like, share, comment on the video and subscribe to the YouTube channel, of course. Follow us on social media and listen to our podcast on any listening platform you want to. It's a big piece of news that we're dealing with in this video as the Chelsea FC takeover is officially complete as of today. They announced on Friday that terms have been agreed for a new ownership group led by Tedd Bohely to buy the club in a deal worth more than $5 billion. Bohely owns stakes in MLB's Los Angeles Dodgers, the NBA's Los Angeles Lakers, and WNBA's Los Angeles Sparks. Chelsea says that the consortium led by Tedd Bohely is backed by Clear Lake Capital, expected to complete the deal later in May, and of course that depends on all the approvals that are required from the English government. The club's current owner, the former owner, I suppose as of this moment, Russian oligarch Roman Abramovich, now is subject to sanctions by the British government, has seen his assets frozen since the start of the Russian invasion for Ukraine, and then he put up the club for sale in early March after that, saying it was time. Of course, it was the best in the best interest of the club, which is quite an plausible move, to be fair, from him. On a Friday as well, the club said that the total investment is being made worth £2.5 billion will be used to buy the shares of the club, and this money would be deposited into a frozen UK bank account that belongs to Roman Abramovich, with the full intention to donate 100% to charitable causes, as confirmed by the former owner himself. The UK government approval, of course, would be required, as you mentioned, to be the proceeds to be transferred from that frozen bank account, and it is said that the proposed new owners would also commit an extra £1.75 billion to $2.16 billion further investments for the benefit of the club, which include investments in the club's stadium, the Stamford Bridge, the academy, the women's team, and funding the Chelsea Foundation charity, of course. The announcement comes just over 3 weeks remaining on the club's current operating license, so the special license allowed by the government, which expires on May 31st, and there were reports that the club will be suspended from the Premier League if they don't find a new owner by June 8th. So now these reports can lay to bed with new owners being officially announced. Among those who previously expressed an interest in the club were the British billionaire Jim Ratcliffe, groups led by Boston Celtics co-owner Stephen Pagliuca, former British Airways chairman Martin Broughton, and a consortium led by Chicago club's owners, the Ricketts family. There were even rumours about Saudi investment fund getting into the action, of course, as they did with Newcastle, but certainly that will make it a hard situation for the Premier League to approve this deal as well. So overall, it's a big news for Chelsea. I think happy news, I suppose, for the fans. The struggle should be over now. If the government approves the deal and officially makes it legal, Chelsea will have new owners. Tedd Bohely is one of the richest men in the United States. I mean, he doesn't rank really high in terms of the highest or the richest man in the United States or the world for that matter, but still, it's a really very, very wealthy consortium led by him, and that would put a lot of money into the club, of course, to try and get them out of the situation that they're in at the moment. It's going to be a bit of a rough transition because the Abramovich era was pretty successful, and I think one thing that could distinguish that era was the genuinely, and I can't believe I'm saying this, the honest interest of Roman Abramovich in the club and in football, and the honest, let's say, care that he put into Chelsea. Of course, over the last 19 years, it's been definitely the most successful era in the club's history. 2 Champions Leagues, 6 Premier League titles, of course, unprecedented. The last Premier League title they won was in 1958 before that, so it was definitely something that is really going to be fondly remembered, I would say, at the club. For Roman Abramovich is going to be fondly remembered at that club for that era, for the 19 years he put his effort and his money, of course, into that club. And now, as the club transitions into this new era, they will see what the strategy will be about, how this new consortium will lead the club, how this American group will take charge of the club, and the precedence, I think, of American owners running English football clubs doesn't really give good omen. If you look at Man United, run by the Glazers, you look at Arsenal, run by the Cronkies, not exactly the best of examples to take from. Hopefully for Chelsea fans, this one will be different. That's it for this video and for this big important piece of news in the footballing world. Like, share, comment what you think of the Chelsea takeover, and subscribe to the YouTube channel, enable notifications to receive all the updates, and of course follow us on social media. I'm your host HOD of the PSP, and until next time, take care and goodbye.